והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון עם רפי והגיון ליבי לפניך
Light me up with your fire bright, raising sparks paint the black skyline. I've been lost many times before. Oh, bright light, guide me home. Ooh. Warm me up with your fire tonight. Bring me close and hold me tight. The night is cold and my shelter's gone. Oh, bright light, guide me home. Here you come, slowly now. Breathe you out, one breath at a time. To the world, dark and cold, strange enough, we call this our home. Don't pretend you're not scared. I will hold you, never let you go. Here you come, slowly now. Breathe you out, one breath at a time. To the world, dark and cold, strange enough, we call this our home. Don't pretend you're not scared. I will hold you, never let you go. I will hold you, never let you go.
Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, eh. Oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, eh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, eh. Oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, oh, eh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei v'samim.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There we go. That's even better. It's good to have that Shabbat energy come back at me. It's really nice. So it's wonderful to be here with you. And on this Shabbat, it's not our typical Shul Band Shabbat because it's not the first Friday of the month, but the first Friday, last Friday, neither Cantor Paul nor I were here. So we pushed the Shul Band a week. Yeah, we'll figure out the heartbeat. I'm not sure what that is. So, but it's great to be with all of you and to share this time. We also get to celebrate this Shabbat with Violetta and her family as she celebrates becoming bat mitzvah. It's the third child in the family that we've gotten to celebrate with. So that's pretty terrific and wonderful, and we're thrilled to celebrate with you this Shabbat. We're going to start just with some music to get our spirits warmed up. A nigun, which is a melody with no words, although Cantor Paul might tell me there are words, but the words are just like lai-dai-dai or yai-dai-dai or whatever, but no complicated words, just sounds. And all right, here we go. going to turn to pages 2 and 3 in our Siddur. And I'd like to invite our bat mitzvah and her sister and her mom to help us to bless our Shabbat lights. We're going to stand over there and hear the lights. I'll bring you a microphone. And invite all of you who are comfortably able to do so to please rise.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehalikner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
We're going to continue just a moment on pages 20 and 21. I'm going to invite you to be seated, if you'd like. It's our custom before we sing Lecha Dodi to take a moment for Hazarat HaShavua, for a review of the week, to think back to the beginning to last Shabbat and just pause briefly on each day, maybe a challenge or a blessing or both from each of those days, and then take a deep breath. And we'll come back together and sing Lecha Dodi. Hazarat HaShavua, review of the week. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Oh God, can you hear us?
So we're going to sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, those who can comfortably do so will rise and face the doors from which we enter to welcome the Shabbat presence, the Nishama Yatira, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat into our hearts and into the congregation. For those of you at home, you can turn toward the doors of your home to welcome Shabbat Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi. Get the idea? Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nikabe Lecha Dodi. Likrat Kala. Ene Shabbat. Nikabela. Lechadodi. Likrat Kala. Ene Shabbat. Nikabela. Lechadodi. Likrat Kala. B'nai Shabbat Nikabela Shamu B'tzachot B'dibur Echad Yitzmianu El Ham Yichad Adonai Echad Shmo Echad Shemo Tiferet V'Lichila Lechad Dodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela Likrat Shabbat Teguven Elcha Kihimekor HaBracha Berosh Mikedem Nesucha Ma'aseh b'machshavah tchila lechadodi likrat kala b'nai Shabbat nikabela lechadodi likrat kala b'nai Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, Kivarei, Kumi Ori, Shedaberi, Kevon Adonai Alayich Nikra Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, B'nai Shabbat, Nikabela, Lechadodi. Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela. Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela.
Please rise if you can comfortably do so and face the doors.
Boi v'shalom ater bala gam b'simcha uv'tzohola toch emunei am segula boi chala boi chala Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nai Shabbat Nikabela.
Chatzi Kaddish, and Violetta will lead us.
Yidgada, Vidgada, Shemay Rabba,
Amen.
Be'alma Divura Hirute, Ve'amlik Mahute,
B'chayekon u'vyom echon u'chayedecho bet Yisrael Bagala u'bizman kariv V'yimeru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mivarach Le'elam u'lamei almaya Yitbarach
Yitbara, Vishtaba, Viet Pa'ar, Viet Roman, Viet Nase, Viet Hadar, Viet Hale, Viet Halal, Shemay de Kudisha,
Berichu
Le'emen, Binkol, Birhata, Vishirata, Tushbehata,
Tavenechemata Da'amiran Be'alma V'yimeru Amen.
We continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, on page 28.
So I read this Baruch et Adonai Havara, Baruch Adonai Havara Leolam Va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise to be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Baruch Adonai, Hamivorach, Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Last three lines in the Hebrew on page 30, El Chai V'Kayam.
El Chai V'Kayam Tamim L'Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai
Baruch Hu Baruch Shema.
Amari
And I read it in English.
We continue on page 34 and 35 with Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Hu Shem Kavod Malchutei Leolam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Yisrael Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We continue on page 36 with Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anohi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam livanecha vidibarta bam vishivtecha beitecha uvletecha vaderech uvshoftecha uvhumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot bein einecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem b'kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeitiechem Meretz Mitzrayim, Liot Lachem, Elohim, Ani, Adonai Elohechem. Emet. We continue with Micha Mocha, our song of freedom, redemption, page 40.
Kamocha, Elim Adonai, Mi Kamocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Torah Tehilo, Osei, Ale, Alechutecha, Rauvanecha, Keayam, Ibnei Moshe Umiriam, Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya 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 da da עבד אדוני את יעקב, וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Amen. Page 42. We ask that the Holy One shelter us with a Sukkat Shalom, a holy shelter of peace, that we are able to lie down with a sense of wholeness, rise up with a sense of purpose, be in this world with all the gevura, the strength, and the courage that it takes. And Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Amideinu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Amideinu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shamacha, ushmor tzedkeinu uvoenu. Ufros aleinu sukat shamacha, ushmor tzedkeinu uvoenu. Join me. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Ve'amideinu shomreinu lechayim. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol amo Israel, ve'al Yerushalayim.
It's our last Shabbat of 5,783. Next Friday night is Erev Rosh Hashanah. There'll be a few more people in there than there are, hopefully, yes, than we have here this evening. And but I just wanted to just reflect on the fact that, at least for me, and maybe for some of you, Shabbat is really the way that I keep time in my life. That I'm always thinking it's, yesterday was Shabbat, 2 days ago was Shabbat, 3 days ago was Shabbat, and then I'm like, oh, in a few days it's Shabbat. 2 days from now it's Shabbat. Oh, it's Shabbat. Today's Shabbat. And then it starts all over, right? It's like, it's kind of the way that we Jews keep time. And, we're in this cycle of each week, and then the weeks come together for our months and our years, and before we know it, we're putting another number on the end of our year. And that's why it's so important that we have this time each week to pause, to take stock, to connect, to focus on what's really important, because it goes by so fast, and we need those times to reflect and connect. So we give thanks for the Shabbat, for the opportunity that it gives us. Singing Vishamru, page 44.
Shamru b'nei Israel et Hashavan Azul et Hashavan L'dorotam berit olam Shamru b'nei Israel et Hashavan Azul et Hashavan L'dorotam berit Beini uven b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael, et Hashavan, Azor et Hashavan, Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashavan azor et hashavan L'dorotam berit olam. U'biyom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashavan Azor et Hashavan L'dorotam berit olam.
Page 46. We turn to our Amidah. We're going to sing through a few times Adonai Tzvatai Tivtach. God, open my lips, that we can sing words of blessing and of praise. And by the time we get to the end, those who can comfortably stand should be standing. And if not, I'll tell you to stand. And you can stand when the Spirit imbibes in you and you want to, you're ready to stand, then you'll stand. Here we go. Adonai Tzvatai Tivtach, page 46.
As the Spirit moves you. Ah, na 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 na, Adonai. Ah, na 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 na, Tzvatai Tivtach. Anananana ufiagi. Ufiagi tehilatecha. Anananana Adonai. Anananana tzvatai tiftan. Anananana ufiagi. Ufiagi teilatecha. Anananana Adonai. Anananana tzvatai tiftan. Anananana ufiagi. Ufiagi teilatecha. Anananana Adonai. Anananana tzvatai tiftan. Anananana ufiagi. Ufiagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah
Adonai,
Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon. Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Zoher Hasei Avot V'Imahot, Umei Gula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo V'Yahvah, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Giboy Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav LeHoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechaye Chayim Behesed, Mechaye HaKol Merachamim Ramim, Zohomech Noflim Ve'Rofeh Holim, Umatir Aserim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishenei Afar, Mihamoha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melah, Melech Memid, Umehaye, Umatzia Yeshua, Bene'at Atah Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a few moments for silent prayer, the text of your own heart, or the words of the Siddur through page 62, 63. When you're through, you may be seated.
always like to give credit to Reb Menachem Mirsky whenever we do one of his melodies. You may remember he was a regular in our shul band for a number of years. It's now the rabbi, having graduated from the Ziegler School at American Jewish University I guess, in May, so just a few months ago, down in Long Beach. So if you're ever down in Long Beach, and look for Reb Mirsky down there. Not at the beach itself, but Temple Beth Shalom, I think is what it's called, right? I know, but that's not where he is. If you go there, you're going to find a lot of people we know, but not Reb Mirsky. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yum bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da yum bum ba ya da 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 ya da da yum bum bum ba da yum bum ba da dum bum ba ya da 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 again. Yum bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da dum bum ba ya da 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 ya da da yum bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da dum bum ba ya da 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 ya 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 da da ya da ya da ya da da ya da 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 bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da dum bum ba ya da 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 yum bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da dum bum ba ya da 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 ya 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 da 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 bum 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 ba da yum bum ba da bum bum ba ya da 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 da. Hey,
Hey! So,
I can't help it. I associate hay with horses. How about that for a segue into your stuff?
are you finished? All right. We who are blessed with the gift of life, what are we doing with the blessings that we have? That's, in many ways, the question at this time of year as we go into our High Holy Days. In his book, Lessons for Living, Rabbi Sidney Greenberg cited a study by psychologist William Marston, who asked 300 people this brief question: what do you have to live for? And he found that 94% of them were only talking about things that they were living for in the for the future, right? They were waiting for something to happen. What am I living for? I'm waiting to meet the right person. I'm waiting to get the right job. Those are the things that they were waiting for the children to grow up, waiting for them to pay off the mortgage, waiting for a vacation, waiting for retirement, waiting to get more involved in the community, waiting to learn some new skill or hobby. One thing we know is that while we're waiting, one thing that 100% of us have a limited amount of is time. The great rabbinic sage, Rabbi Israel Salanter, the head of the founder of the Musar movement, lived in the 1800s, was once spending the night at a tailor's home. Late at night, Salanter saw the tailor still working by the flickering light of a candle, almost extinguished. Rabbi Salanter went over to the man. "How late it is. Your candle is about to go out. Why are you still working?" And the tailor, undeterred by the rabbi's words, said, "As long as the candle is burning, it is still possible to mend." And Rabbi Salanter was heard repeating the tailor's words for weeks afterwards to himself. As long as the candle is burning, it is still possible to mend. Right? As long as there's life, we can change, we can mend, we can reconcile with people from whom we become distant or estranged. We can make peace. We can say we're sorry. We can enter into new tasks. We can shift our lives into directions of meaning and purpose. Rosh Hashanah is 1 week away. What are we waiting for? The High Holy Days are ultimately about our own confrontation, our confrontation with our own mortality. The words of the Machzor, mi yichye umi yamut, who shall live and who shall die, who in the fullness of the years and who before, who by fire, who by water, who by wild beasts, have never been more meaningful. Our days are indeed like passing shadows. The story is told of a Talmud professor who was asked by a hurrying student, "Where are you running to?" "I'm rushing home to look over the High Holy Days prayer book, the Machzor, before I have to lead services in my congregation," said the student, catching his breath. "The prayer book hasn't changed since last year," said the professor. "But perhaps you have. Go home and look over yourself." This is the time for Cheshbon HaNefesh. Our tradition teaches Cheshbon HaNefesh literally means an accounting of our soul. It's taking our personal accounting to make corrections to our life to get back on track. This week's Torah portion, Nitzavim, which, by the way, in our synagogue, we also read a chunk of on Yom Kippur morning, so we'll get another taste. This week's Torah portion teaches, "I set before you blessing and curse, life and death, uvacharta b'chayim, therefore choose life." It's one of the hardest commandments in the Torah to fulfill and the most important because it's not always easy. There are times when life beats us down and steals what is most precious. And still we are commanded to choose life. We choose life when we affirm goodness and hope. We choose life when we live with purpose and connection and appreciation. We choose life when we work to create a life worth living. One of my favorite little stories is the granddaughter sitting with grandfather at the breakfast table, and people used to read newspapers. Grandfather opens the newspaper every morning, and he opens the paper, and then he pours a little cup of schnapps, and he says, "L'chaim," and he drinks the schnapps. And the granddaughter one day says, "What do you do every morning that you take, you do this?" He says, "I open the paper every day, I go to the obituaries, and then if I don't see my name there, I fill my cup and I drink l'chaim, to life, to another day." In this new year that we are entering in 1 week of 5784, may each of us have the wisdom and the courage to choose life each and every day. Shabbat Shalom. We now turn to page 253, and our thoughts turn to all of those within our congregation, within our lives, within our world, in need of blessings of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit. We join in Misha Berach.
Holy One, blessed our mothers, blessed our fathers from ancient days. Bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. Akadosh Baruch Shlema. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, b'toch sha'ar kolei Yisrael. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobak, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helena Meinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Jennifer Rudin, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Marilyn Lubarski, Joan Morris, Nomi Kravitz, Lori Snyder, Charity Razade, Mike Klein, Barbara Fast, Joel Beasy, Gloria Foster, Rita Borshaw, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Found Gerard, Jan Marcus, Marla Fergosa, Al Shapiro, Jeff Nelson, Robert Waldman, Barry Gustafero, Judith Gratz-Delang, Eva Laxon, Elda Mendoza, Aubrey Kubel, Deborah DeLange, James Stead, Rita Elias, Benjamin Jones, Stephen Gilbert, Sharon Zaki, Nell Barron, Oliver Holland, Rabbi Malcolm Middleman, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Simon Saul, Sue Lundstrom, and
Cindy White, Chase Saru, Tom Baker, and Dick
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimaleh Rachamim Aleihem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
So a few words. First of all, if you have a September birthday, we're going to celebrate September birthdays in just a moment. I'd like to just mention two birthdays before we celebrate all our September birthdays at our September birthdays. First of all, this guy had a big birthday this week. So happy birthday to Cantor Paul. We've been finished 19 years of working together. We're in our 20th year of working together. We were both younger at that time, and it's been a real blessing in my life to share the leadership of this place with him and to have him as a friend, and also Lisa and the whole family. So that birthday, and while he's not able to be here tonight because he had a fall earlier this week and is recovering, Simon Saul turned 90 this week, and so our thoughts are with him as he's healing this week. He's at home, and Yvonne's taking care of him. But those who know Simon know that he's just been an incredible pillar of this congregation and in so many ways. And so we wish Simon not only a happy birthday and a good year, but healing at this point as well. If you have a September birthday, I encourage you to gather in the center aisle. I need a few people to help me up here with a birthday talit, canopy.
It was funny. Did you see the big background? You could see Miriam and Sam.
Thank you, Neil.
It was really funny.
All right, here we go. Who else? Who else? Hey. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
Under the canopy.
Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
Happy birthday. Look at these birthdays. Wait, you want to make sure we don't count you there, huh? You're like scooting away over there. All right. So we wish for you, not only, I know some have already had their birthdays, some are having their birthdays, but today is Lauren's birthday. But not only do we wish that you have a happy birthday, but really it's that we wish that you have a year of goodness and of blessing, of good health, of abundant love, of all the things that make our lives rich and beautiful along the way. And so we wish that for you as I offer you the blessing of our tradition. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and may God keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God's light shine into you and through you to others. May God always be compassionate unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God and all that is good be present for you in your life. May you find wholeness and peace in your heart, in your family, in your community, and may you join with others to bring our world closer to wholeness, to peace, to shalom. And we say together, Amen. And we have some birthday gifts for you. It's our joint venture. Mark Feynman, even though they moved and they live in Oceanside, still makes the chocolate for us, and our birthday pencils, they say on them in Hebrew, Yom Huledet Sameach. They say happy birthday on the pencil. So everybody gets a birthday pencil.
All right.
And then, I don't know, Cantor, you may have to sing yourself out.
I
Here
will
we
sing
go.
myself out.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 1. Yom Huledet Sameach. Everybody now. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. One more time. Yom Huledet.
Thank you, Neil.
Sameach. Come on back, we're here every year. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, that's not the mic.
I'd like to invite Candy Fisher to share a few announcements.
Thank you. On behalf of your Board of Trustees, thank you for being here in the sanctuary this evening, as well as those of you online. Todah Rabbah to Rabbi Kupitz and to Cantor Bush for leading us in worship this evening, and to Violetta Wright for leading us in prayers. Thank you to our Shoal Band for your lively, wonderful music, and to Claudia Gonzalez for bringing our Shabbat service to everyone online this evening. Appreciation to our evening's greeters, Sharon Sachs Regalado, Harriet De Basilio, Judy Rose, and Kylie Sykes. After services, we'll gather in the social hall for refreshments and conversation. Thank you to the B'nai Mitzvah class who generously donated desserts for tonight's oneg. So a few announcements this evening. As a community, we say Mazel Tov to Bat Mitzvah of Violetta Wright at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning in our sanctuary. Slichot service is tomorrow evening, beginning at 8 o'clock. Please note that it will be at Temple Beth David in Temple City. Rabbi Kupitz and Cantor Bush will participate along with community leaders. This service is also on Zoom, and details can be found online at tbipomona.org. Our Beit Sefer for grades K-12 celebrates its opening day this Sunday at 9 o'clock. We wish all of our teachers and students a good year of growth and learning. Also, we have Project Angel coming up. It's again collecting items for donation to LA County USC Medical Center for new mothers in need. Please join us for a baby shower for those moms on Tuesday, October 3 at 10 a.m. With this year's host, the Claremont United Church of Christ on Harrison Avenue in Claremont. Collection boxes are in the foyer, in the sanctuary, and outside the Tree of Life Children's Center. And our annual High Holy Days food drive begins a week from tonight on Erev Rosh Hashanah, September 15th, and runs to Sunday, October 15th. This year, our food drive honors Jay Eisenberg, who works tirelessly for Temple Beth Israel year after year, providing administrative leadership, High Holy Day preparation, and fundraising support. And at this time, Jeff Klein would like to come up and tell you a little bit more about this year's food drive.
Shabbat Shalom. It's an unfortunate statistic, but 25% of the residents in our county suffer from food insecurity, which is 2 times higher than our entire nation. So, and you also probably know that food insecurity is just not having enough nutrition for sustaining one's health, and which obviously can lead to chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, and other things that are obviously very unfortunate. But families in our region need our help. So please give generously for our food drive coming up on the 15th, and practice Tikkun Olam and help to heal the world. Thank you.
So for more information about these and many other events, please look in your September Kahila and your weekly online Takia, and online at the TBI website, tbipomona.org. Shabbat Shalom.
Just want to add one little thing about the Slichot tomorrow at Temple Beth David. The Zoom link is in the Takia and also on our tbipomona.org webpage, but I believe that we will also offer a Facebook option on the Temple Beth David Facebook page. So if for some reason you don't use Zoom, you'll still be able to join us. But of course, we would encourage anyone who is able to make the 20-minute drive to Temple City to please join us in person. I know a number of folks here in the congregation are going to try to make it. We could always use more support, and to welcome also Rabbi Ira Rosenfeld, the newest rabbi in our region, who just joined Temple Beth David this past July. So, thank you.
The only other thing I'd say, if you know people in the community who would like to join us for the High Holy Days, who aren't members of Temple Beth Israel, have them call the temple office, and we'd like to be able to welcome them. So if you know folks who might be interested, say, hey, come join me at TBI, and we'd love to have them. We're going to turn now to page 282 in the middle of the page for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Invite you to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצו, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Before we turn to Kaddish, I want to take a moment as we dedicate a memorial plaque on this Shabbat. So many of you knew Connie Shapiro because Connie was was a fixture in our congregation, was here quite often for Shabbat, for helping whenever we needed help with anything. And Connie, many people knew that Connie also lived with cancer for a very long time and was incredibly strong and courageous through her whole ordeal, and was, even when she was at her sickest at different times, often worrying about other people, right? Taking care of the people around her in different kinds of ways. Really an incredible woman. And we put a plaque up that Al and Lena dedicated. It's on the back corner. You'll look after. It's over there, I promise. In the back. And just wanted to we've been talking about when we were going to dedicate this and putting it up on our wall when we could be here. As we enter this new year, we really continue to carry Connie and her memory and her acts and her deeds with us in this community. And of course, Al and Lena, both of you are also such deep and important parts of this community. It's fitting that we're dedicating this. It just worked out this way, really, on a shul band Shabbat. When I look at not you, Joachim, but because you were still little. But I look at the shul band, and Cantor Paul came here, and not long after the shul band started, and many of you have been part of this since that time, and have been an important part of our congregation. And Connie would have always been sitting here when the shul band was here, and Al and you were playing in the band. And Lena, I know how much that you were the center of her universe, and how important that was to her. So I just, as we move into Kaddish, may her memory always be a blessing for us. And I'd like to take a moment to remember all of those that are in our hearts and in our congregation. We are on page 294. And we remember the recent deaths of Myra White and Elaine Cheney Munt, who's sister-in-law of Yvonne Cheney. Remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Libby Metz, Beverly Davidson, David Diamond, Rosalie Fisher, Harriet Flata, Bruce McDonald, Blanche Rubin, Pete Wallman, Lillian Feingold, Faye Hauptman, Sarah Korn-Karmatz, Susan Berlin, Eleanor Getzoff, Linda Litwack, Marvin Morris, Murray Projector, Ellen Joy Salter, Tom Sykes, Estelle Goldberger, Ann Meyer, Pauline Paris, Bernice Rochester, Max Sawitz, Melvin Emis, Dorothy Funk, Melvin Gerard, Marion Goodman, Eric Stein, Carl Sugar, F. Herbert Handler, Jack Housen. If you're remembering somebody on the Shabbat, would like to add their name to those that I've mentioned or restate a name that I've already mentioned, please do so as I come by your row. If you're in a time of mourning or you're observing a Yortzeit, I invite you to please rise. I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise and embrace in support of those who mourn. Kaddish, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. B'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudasha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing.
So as it is Elul, we sound the shofar on each day in Elul. So thank you for Chris and Rabbi. We have double the shofar pleasure tonight. Here we go. Tekiah. Shvarim. Teruah. Tekiah. And we'll close with Be'ado, last paragraph on 321. What key are we in? E minor. It's a nice key. Be'ado aftiduchi Ve'edi sham ve'ahira Ve'imruchi geviati Adonai li ve'lo ira viati. Adonai li velo ira.
My soul I give to you.
My soul I give to you.
My spirit in your care.
My spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not
Hold me in
fear.
your hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near.
Draw me near, I shall not fear. Save me in
This side again. My soul I give to you.
My
My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Save me in your hand.
My soul I give to you.
Ve'ado afkiru fi beiti shan ve'aira. Beiti shan ve'aira. Ve'imru fi geviati. Ve'imru fi geviati. Adonai li velo ira. Adonai li velo ira. Ve'imru fi geviati.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us in the social hall for Kiddush and Motzi. Once again, big thanks to the Shul Band, Reed Gratz on keyboards, Joachim Gratz-DeLong on bass, Jeff Klein on percussion, Al Shapir on woodwinds, Chris Gacci on percussion as well. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for joining us, whether here in the sanctuary or online.